Hey there! Welcome back to another unboxing video. This time I am showing you guys some gifts from Jonathan, who has just been unbelievably generous and kind. Not only with the gifts, but with the kind words on my channel and on my videos, and providing a lot of support and everything. And for me personally, those are on equal footing as any of the gifts that he sent me. Same goes for anyone else who sent me anything in the past. For me personally, I put everything on the same pedestal. Uh, Gifts are wonderful. They really do put things into perspective for me when I realize that somebody has gone out of their way to get things for me and send me things. It's a very humbling thing, and I have a hard time wrapping my head around it because I'm just some guy who sits in a chair and talks about movies on YouTube. But for a lot of people, I'm more than that to them, and I think that's very humbling. It really is, and it puts things into perspective. Really, it it's not just the gifts, it's just kind words. The thought, it's the thought that counts the most, really. I mean, that somebody would go all out for me. And also, when someone leaves a comment saying something like, "Man, when I have a really rough day, your videos cheer me up and make me feel better." And those are just amazing. Those are really amazing type of comments. And it's fun to do this. Sometimes it's not as fun as other times, but you know, it's thanks to your support that and your kindness and the kind words and the gifts of encouragement and the gifts of some Blu-rays and DVDs that people are generously sending me. And not just because of that, because I'm not doing this for gifts. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I want to make videos for this channel, and that's really why I'm doing it. And any of this stuff is just extra. It's like icing on the cake. But like I said, I know I sound like a broken record, but I absolutely 100% mean it. Everything, anything that I get from anyone, whether it's a like on one of my videos, whether it's something sent to me in the mail, or whether it's just a nice comment, those all mean the world to me. They all mean so much, and I really do mean that. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not. So, I actually opened the package already, so I kind of cheated, but I'll show you the stuff that Jonathan sent me, and then read a little note he sent me as well. And then I'll give you guys a little bit of another update on what's going to go on with my channel. I want to rearrange some things in terms of the schedule. It's nothing super serious. It's not like I'm leaving YouTube or anything. It's just I kind of, there's some things I want to do more than certain things that I've been announcing. And I'll talk about those later, because this is more about the generosity from Jonathan Lindsay, who's just sent me so much as of late. It just honestly, words can't express, man, how much I really appreciate all of this, John. I mean, I am just absolutely flabbergasted. I speechless is the perfect word for it. But anyway, he sent me some more anime films for Anime Month next month. I have plenty of anime films to watch and review for Anime Month in August, thanks to Jonathan. He sent me Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. I am really looking forward to this. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Okay. I got it wrong, but there we go. I corrected myself. I'm really looking forward to this one. This is one I heard of but haven't seen. I know there was some like butcher like US cut called Warriors of the Wind in the US. This is the one that was released in theaters and had voiceovers with Uma Thurman, Patrick Stewart, Shia LaBeouf, and others. I've heard a lot about Miyazaki's films. I've just never really saw any of them. But I'm really looking forward to this one because I read the manga that this is based on for sci-fi and fantasy class at Clark College. So this is really high on my list for anime month next month. He also sent me another Miyazaki film, Castle in the Sky. So, yeah, I'll definitely check that out as well. Castle in the Sky. Another Miyazaki film, My Neighbor Totoro. This one I've heard about, I've just never seen. I know my cousin Desiree, she was a big fan of this film growing up, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching this for myself sometime. And that sometime will be sometime next month. He sent me one of my favorite comedies, which I'm really glad to finally have on Blu-ray, Kingpin. This is the special edition, which has the theatrical and R-rated version of the film, as well as a new featurette, a new featurette on the making of the movie, and a commentary track. Really glad to have this on Blu-ray. Big fan of this one. I find it hilarious. It's, in my opinion, it's a classic comedy and the best bowling movie ever made. And there really aren't that many bowling movies, so it's not like it has that much of a competition, but still, you know, it's still something that's really cool. I really glad to have that, and I've been wanting to watch that again anyway, so thanks. Tales from the Hood, which is, he told me about this and I was like, really? And I can't believe this is finally on Blu-ray, and I can't believe I'm holding it in my hands. Thanks to Jonathan and his generosity. I mean, this is the Scream Factory release with the slipcover. You know, you have the slipcover, which for some reason, like, collectors are going crazy over these. Like, paying $15. Some guy paid $60 on eBay for a Night of the Demon slipcover. But I don't mind slipcovers. They're pretty cool. But, you know, this also has reversible cover art, which is also nice. I love this cover, though. I've always liked this one. Chill or be chilled. This is one of the collector's editions from Scream Factory lately that I definitely am happy. I'm really glad they did this. They came out with Tales from the Hood on Blu-ray. I have this on VHS and Laserdisc, and I'm really, really glad to have this on Blu-ray. Thanks to Jonathan. And I will be reviewing this fairly soon. Just throwing that out there. It's just I don't know exactly what date it's going to be because I really want to start doing stuff without a schedule. I want to be random. I want to fly by the seat of my pants for a little bit on my channel. You know, kind of break out of the box. And this is one way to give back to Jonathan and review this, as well as a bunch of other films he's sent me. This has a decent amount of features and stuff, but I'll talk about them more when I review the film, because I will also review the Blu-ray at the same time. He also sent me, I knew he was sending me this, but I did not know this was the limited edition. And it's one of those things I just can't believe I'm holding this in my hands right now, because this is out of print and goes for some pretty high prices. Creepshow 2. The limited red slipcover edition from Arrow Video. This is only going to go up in price because it's not really that easy to find. Comes with this booklet, which is a comic book adaptation of Pinfall, which is the story that was cut from the film, which is really cool. And you know me, I'm a huge Creepshow fan. Big fan of Creepshow, so when this is announced, I definitely wanted to get my hands on this, and thanks to Jonathan, I have it, and I have the limited edition. I would have been fine just with this, you know. That's what I thought he was getting, but the limited edition, wow! I mean, that is just really, really cool. I mean, anything is cool, really. It's a nice upgrade over my DVD, and overall, yeah, I'm really glad to have this. So thanks, Jonathan. I will review this fairly soon as well. I reviewed Creepshow 2 already on my channel. But it was one of those reviews where I think it was a bit long in the tooth. I kind of want to like review Creepshow again in a review that isn't like over an hour, and with it, with my new mic and everything, new microphone, and Creepshow 2 I might as well re-review as well as Creepshow 3. So I'll do, which I haven't really reviewed yet, haven't ranted on, and I know that's a rant people have been anticipating for a long time. So yeah, might as well, and then also review the Blu-ray of Creepshow 2. But yeah, that's the stuff that Jonathan sent me. He also sent me a letter, and these are great. I keep all of these. I keep all of them because they mean a lot to me as well. Dear Mike, I hope you enjoy the gifts. Creepshow 2 Limited Edition, Special Edition Blu-ray should be a nice upgrade to your DVD. So is Tales from the Hood. It absolutely is. I was thinking maybe in September you should do creature movies like Slugs, Chud, Critters movies, and Gremlins 1 and 2, and all of that. Maybe in October, horror anthology movies. Well, I'm going to be reviewing some of these horror anthology movies pretty soon. Actually, sometime this month, because that's the main thing I'm doing, folks. I know in my last video I said that I was going to tackle the Alien films, and I'm still going to do that, but I've been dealing with some stuff lately that really... I'm just going to tell you exactly what I've been dealing with, and then I'll explain why I'm rearranging my schedule as a result. I'm not 100% healthy. There's something going on with my left toe, my left big toe. I don't know what's going on with it. It might be infected. It might have some ingrown toenail thing going on with it. I've been dealing with that for the past couple months. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still not getting much better. So I'm the type of guy who's super OCD about their health. So when there's something not right, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I'm not 100. What if I'm not 100%? It just eats away at me, and it's in the back of my head all the time, and it's just something that I really am tired of dealing with. So thankfully I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning, so hopefully everything will be revealed and so on. I think it's exactly what I had on my right toe, my right big toe. I had to have the entire toenail removed because something happened with the way the nail grew in the nail bed. And so at the bottom of my nails, there were these two like hooks. So like devil horns that were just digging into my toe. So I think it's the same thing going on here. It's not your typical ingrown toenail because there's something happening in the nail bed. It's not one of those like, oh, you trimmed your nails wrong and the toenail is ingrown on one side of the toe. That's not what I'm dealing with. And that's not what I dealt with the right toe. So it's just so frustrating because it's like, oh my god, again? This shit again? Fuck. I hope I don't have to have the whole toenail removed again, but if that's what has to happen, whatever. I just want this to be over and done with. And not only that, you got the whole copyright bullshit that's hanging over my head. A copyright strike for a video that did not infringe upon any copyrights, not getting any responses back from Warner Brothers, or not being very cooperative. So, I mean, there's that too. Playing the waiting game with that shit. There's some personal things I'm dealing with I don't want to discuss, but things are getting better on that front, thankfully. And then it's just, it's just one of those things where after Aliens, it's just all downhill in terms of the franchise. So it's one of those things where I'm not really 100% mentally or physically at the moment, and I really don't feel like going through and going into the shitter, so to speak, of the Aliens franchise the Alien franchise post Aliens. It's just one crap fest after another, and I don't really feel like going through that and wading through all that shit right now. And also getting, this package from Jonathan, and it's really put things into perspective for me, and I feel terrible. I feel really bad that I have not really watched and reviewed most of, if not all of the things that people have sent me. And that's just something that I think is unacceptable. And I really apologize for that. And I want to make up for that. And I'm going to make up for that as soon as possible. I'm going to watch and review things like High Road to China and Midnight Run that Mega Pork Chop Express sent me a long time ago. that I said I was going to review, and I didn't go around to doing it. And I feel absolutely terrible about that. I feel horrible. I'm sorry, man. I got caught up with something, and I didn't get around to doing it, and I just feel terrible about it. So it's one of those things where I just feel like I need to do this. And Alien reviews can wait, because I will always have time to do those. I've reviewed Alien before on my channel. I had to remove it due to copyright issues. I've reviewed Aliens before. I've done all of that. And I just kind of want to take a break from franchises too, because I'm starting to have a little bit of franchise fatigue. Really, the main thing is the Alien films, I just don't really have the passion to do those reviews right now. And I want to give you the best of what I got, and nothing less than that. And when I feel that it's starting to feel like a series of reviews is like an obligation to me, and it's not much fun, that's an issue, and I need to take a break, because I would be doing you all a disservice if I just decided to make these videos, because they wouldn't be as good. I wouldn't be having fun, and you wouldn't be having fun either. So they're going to be postponed indefinitely. I'm still going to do them. Absolutely, sometime in 2017 there will be reviews of the Alien films. How about before Alien Covenant comes out on Blu-ray, around the same time? Then I will review the Alien films as well as Alien Covenant. Okay? Alright? I just want to take a little bit of a break. Also, I just don't want to feel like I'm obligated to do these reviews, and because then it's not fun, and then you're not having fun either. And I know there's a lot of people looking forward to them, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for letting you down. I will more than make up for it, because these videos will absolutely be worth the wait. Because once I get my passion back for the Alien films, once I, take a little bit of a break, do some random stuff, review some things that people have sent me, take a break and some things like that, then I'll be able to do things like the Alien films, because then alright, I can deal with that now. Once I'm feeling better, once I know everything's alright with Mateau and all this other stuff, and copyright strike stuff is all resolved, then I'll feel perfectly fine with digging deep into the franchise, and I'll attack it full force and with all the passion that I can muster. So I don't want to half-ass these reviews, so that's another reason why I'm postponing it for a little bit. And also, like I said, I personally do feel that giving back to Jonathan and all these other people that have sent me all this stuff, it's a big priority for me right now. Even more than it has been in the past, because I just feel I've let it get out of hand, and I have not done my part, and I really cannot live with that. So I really need to do this, and hopefully you'll enjoy the videos and you'll enjoy their upcoming reviews. And it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of stuff, and also, there's going to be some reviews of some things I want to see, like Spider-Man Homecoming, the Belko Experiment, a few others, and I just kind of want to go day by day, just kind of random, just, and so there's no set schedule, but, I'm going to be reviewing a lot of stuff that people have sent me, so, like, You're So Cool Brewster story, Fright Night documentary that Corey sent me. He wanted to hear my thoughts on it anyway, so I definitely am going to be doing a video about that soon, as well as some of the stuff that Jonathan sent me recently and in the past. Some other films that people have sent me. I know a YouTuber, he sent me Blu-rays of Hellions and Spawn, so I want to review those sometime this month. So basically what the rest of this month is going to be, it's going to be a smorgasbord. It's going to be a grab bag. It's going to be unpredictable. And I think that'll be fun. It'll be fun for me, fun for you, take a little minute break. I don't have to deal with the franchises. I mean, I'm not, and, I just see where the day takes me. So anyway, I just wanted to make that, do that real quick. Anyway, back to the note here from Jonathan. So, Kingpin should be a nice upgrade to your DVD as it has both cuts. I don't think I have the DVD. Anyway, so thank you. I might. I for some reason I'm thinking I didn't because I kept trying to find it, but I never did. But maybe I did. Maybe I do have it on DVD. I have so much, and that's another thing. I want to start watching more movies because I got a lot. I got a lot to watch, and there's something I kind of want to do sometime. Not anytime soon, but maybe sometime this year. I want to do something where it's kind of a uh, I don't know if it's necessarily blindfolded kind of thing, but I kind of want to do a series of reviews where they're determined by chance. And what that is, it's I'm going to break out a handful of movies, potentially good, potentially bad. They're all going to be films I've never seen before. And I'm going to lay them out and I'm going to pick one at random and I'm going to review it. And I'm going to watch and review it. And I think that would be a fun thing to do and be a way for me to kind of knock down some of the films off my watch list, as well as, you know, kind of maybe clear out some stuff out of my collection, you know, especially, you know, I have all these VHS tapes, all this other stuff, and, you know, if it's a movie I don't like, you know, there's no reason keeping it. So it'd be nice to watch those films, those ones that I don't like, and get them out of the way so then I have a collection that's composed of films that I like for the most part, unless they're, you know, kind of rare. But other than that, or you know, I keep them for the features. But yeah, that's it's something I'd like to do. I think that'd be fun. And I've thought about doing something like that for a while now. I just never really got around to doing it. So anyway, he says, I hope you enjoy Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Castle in the Sky, and My Neighbor Totoro, which are all beloved movies, as Nausicaa originally came to the U.S. in a cut version called Warriors of the Wind, with a different dub from New World Pictures. Yep, I've definitely heard about that. America's first exposure to Miyazaki before Castle of Kogolistro came to the U.S. in 1991 by Streamline Pictures, and Totoro when it came to the U.S. back in 93 by Troma. I think I have Warriors of the Wind on VHS in storage in Michigan. I remember getting that at the flea market. And I thought that was pretty cool cover art, and I like New World Video, so it's one of those things like, oh, all right. Castle Kogolistro, I've never seen that one before. And all three are unique fantasy epics, even though Nausicaa is a mix of science fiction besides action, fantasy, adventure, and all have a great dub cast. Nausicaa I loved since I was a kid. I saw it 31 years ago in video in its New World Pictures cut called Warriors of the Wind. And it's been a fave of mine since I love the manga since high school as well. It's quite an influential movie to other things like James Cameron's Avatar and many more. Even Castle in the Sky influenced movies like Atlantis the Lost City, and Moore's Castle in the Skies and Indiana Jones meets Atlantis and the Mummy, kind of adventure movie with thrills and all of that. Totoro is another influential classic many critics and audiences of all ages adore, and even did a cameo in Toy Story 3, as you can tell. I can't wait to see your Aliens Indiana Jones Animation Month review, starting with Akira. Maybe sometime you should review Leon the Professional. I will definitely review Leon sometime. I know it's one that you sent me, so maybe that'll be another one I'll review sometime this month. Uh, as for Aliens and Indiana Jones is one thing too, folks, as well, because I'm going to be seeing all three Indiana Jones films, Raiders, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, in the theater this Saturday in 35 millimeter. So at the Hollywood Theater. So I am really psyched for that. And if anything's gonna lift my spirits up, it's definitely gonna be that. But also, it's stuff like this. You know, Jonathan just pouring out his heart and just, you know, going out of his way to send all this stuff to me, writing that wonderful note, and, you know, just stuff like, you know, when you guys just leave a like on my video or leave a comment, you know, that means so much to me, and it really makes me feel better, you know, because sometimes I deal with stuff too. You know, we all go through days or weeks or times where we're not feeling 100%. We're not feeling like everything is okay. And sometimes when you just have someone that understands that, or not necessarily someone who understands that, but when you see that people appreciate you and you do have people that do genuinely like the content that you post on YouTube, and it means a lot to them, that's just something that is just awesome. It's really amazing. And I gotta thank you all. I mean, thanks. I mean, it's a blessing, and I really I really appreciate it immensely. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I've said it. I've said enough. Uh, um, I guess just don't expect anything. Except some reviews. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying what's coming next. I'm not dropping any hints. I'm not doing anything. It'll be a surprise. Um, and yeah, sorry about the aliens review. Sorry about rescheduling things. I'm sorry about saying stuff and saying I'm gonna do it and then I don't do it. And I really want to get better at that. And it starts with reviewing a lot of the stuff that people sent me because it's been a long time coming. But anyway, so look out for that. And yeah, I will see you guys later. And thanks for watching. See ya.